The stars were wrong. Captain Zerar noticed it the moment the Eidolon breached the heliopause, slipping beyond the solar system's edge into the uncharted abyss. The constellations, those ancient guides etched into humanity's collective memory, were subtly askew, angles too sharp, distances too vast, as if the sky had been redrawn by a trembling, alien hand. He stood on the bridge, alone, the hum of the ship's quantum drive a faint pulse beneath his boots. The crew was in cryosleep, their bodies suspended in frost-rimed pods, unaware of the distortion above. Zerar's breath fogged the viewport as he stared into the void, his reflection a ghostly smear against the infinite. Something was out there, watching. He felt it in his marrow, a prickling certainty that refused to be named. The mission was simple, or so the coalition had claimed. Chart the Eridanus void, a lightless expanse 300 million light years across, rumored to harbor anomalies no probe had survived to report. The Eidolon was humanity's boldest gamble, equipped with a prototype drive that folded spacetime, crewed by the best minds the species could muster. Zerar, a veteran of a dozen deep space missions, was chosen to lead. His record was flawless, his resolve unshaken by the whispers of lost ships and mad pilots. Yet now, as the ship drifted through the void's outer fringes, he wondered if the coalition had known more than they'd shared. The briefing had been curt, the data sparse. Map the void, they'd said, find what's hiding. No mention of why every probe sent before had gone silent, their final transmissions garbled with static and something that sounded like screams. The first anomaly appeared on the third day. Zerar was calibrating the sensors when the ship's AI, designate Oracle chimed softly, "Captain, I've detected an irregularity at bearing 47. 2, distance 0. 8 parsecs, it's emitting." Zerar's fingers froze above the console. Emitting what? Radiation, light, sound. Oracle*'s voice, usually crisp and clinical, carried a faint tremor, as if the AI itself were uncertain. He pulled up the readings. A pulse, rhythmic and slow, throbbed across the spectrum. Radio, gamma, infrared, all synchronized in a pattern that defied physics. It wasn't a star, nor a pulsar. It was something else, something that seemed to hum with intent. Zerar's pulse quickened. He should wake the crew, but the thought of their questions, their fear, stayed his hand. Instead, he ordered Oracle to adjust course toward the source. The ship groaned as it turned, its hull creaking under the strain of the void's oppressive silence. Hours later, the source came into view. It wasn't a celestial body, but a structure, vast and impossible, floating in the emptiness. It resembled a lattice of obsidian spires, each 1,000s of kilometers long, twisting into shapes that hurt the eye to follow. The lattice pulsed with the same rhythm as the signal, its surface shimmering with an oily iridescence that seemed to drink the starlight. Zerar's stomach churned. This wasn't a natural formation. It was built, crafted by minds that operated on scales and principles humanity couldn't fathom. He activated the ship's scanners, but the readings were nonsense. Negative mass, temporal fluctuations, energy signatures that looped backward. Oracle whispered, "Captain, the structure is aware. It's responding to our presence." Zerar's mouth went dry. Responding how? The AI couldn't answer, its processors stuttering as it tried to parse the data. He should have turned back then. Every instinct screamed it. But curiosity, that ancient human flaw, held him fast. He needed to know what this was, what it meant. He woke the crew, Dr. Lena Voss, the xenobiologist, Engineer Milo Tan, the propulsion specialist, and Navigator Priya Shah, the youngest, whose eyes always seemed to see beyond the horizon. They gathered on the bridge, their faces pale in the lattice's faint glow. Voss, ever analytical, began hypothesizing. A relic of an extinct civilization, perhaps, or a cosmic phenomenon mimicking life. Tan muttered about sabotage, his hands twitching as he checked the drive's integrity. Shah said nothing, her gaze fixed on the structure, her lips moving silently as if in prayer. Zerar briefed them, omitting Oracle S claim of awareness. He didn't need to so panic yet. They approached cautiously, the Eidolon S thrusters firing in short bursts to maintain distance. The lattice grew larger, its spires curling inward like the ribs of some colossal beast. Up close, its surface wasn't smooth but pitted with countless hexagonal cells, each one emitting a faint bioluminescent glow. Voss, peering through the scope, gasped. Those cells, they're moving, contracting like muscle tissue. Zerar ordered a probe launched. The drone, a sleek silver dart, sped toward the lattice, its cameras streaming live. For a moment, the feed was clear. The cells pulsed faster, their glow intensifying. Then the drone froze mid-flight, as if caught in an invisible web. The feed warped, colors bleeding into impossible hues, and a sound crackled through the speakers. A low, resonant moan that seemed to vibrate inside their skulls. The drone's signal cut out. The lattice's cells surged, and where the drone had been, there was only emptiness. Shah broke the silence. "We need to leave, now." Her voice trembled, not with fear but with certainty. Zerar hesitated. The coalition's orders were clear. Investigate, document, report. But Shah's eyes, wide and unblinking, held a truth he couldn't ignore. Before he could decide, Oracle spoke again. "Captain, the lattice is emitting a new signal. It's linguistic." Linguistic, Zerar's mind reeled. A language implied intent, intelligence. He demanded a translation. Oracle hesitated, its circuits humming. "It's incomplete, but the signal repeats a phrase. You are seen, you are known." The words hung in the air, heavy and cold. Voss laughed, a brittle sound. "It's a greeting, maybe, a welcome." But Tan shook his head, his knuckles white. "That's no welcome. That's a warning." Against Shah's protests, Zerar ordered a second probe, this one fitted with linguistic decoders. The lattice didn't destroy it. Instead, it let the probe drift closer, its cells parting like a mouth. The feed showed something new. Within the lattice's core, a vast, amorphous shape writhed, its edges indistinct, as if it existed in multiple dimensions at once. The probe's decoders churned, spitting out fragments of a language older than stars. "You are seen, you are known, you are incomplete." The words pulsed in sync with the lattice, each repetition louder, more insistent. Zerar's head throbbed, a pressure building behind his eyes. The crew felt it too. Voss clutched her temples, Tan swayed. Shah whispered something in a language Zerar didn't recognize. The lattice was speaking to them, through them, its voice a violation of their minds. Then the ship shuddered. Alarms blared. Oracle reported a breach in the hull, but scans showed no damage, no debris. The breach was internal, a distortion in the ship's geometry. Corridors stretched, angles warped. Doors led to impossible spaces. Zerar led the crew to the engine room, their footsteps echoing in halls that seemed to breathe. The quantum drive, their lifeline, was intact but wrong. Its core pulsed with the same rhythm as the lattice, its casing etched with hexagonal patterns that hadn't been there before. Tan tried to shut it down, but the controls burned his hands, leaving hexagonal welts. "It's not our ship anymore," he whispered, his eyes wild. Voss, ever the scientist, took samples, but her instruments melted, their screens displaying the same phrase, "You are incomplete." The lattice was closer now, though the Eidolon hadn't moved. It filled the viewport, its spires coiling toward the ship like fingers. Shah, who'd been silent, grabbed Zerar's arm. "It's not just out there," she said, pointing at her head. "It's in us." She showed him her arm, where faint hexagonal marks bloomed beneath her skin, pulsing faintly. Zerar checked his own hands. Nothing yet, but he felt it, a crawling presence in his thoughts, a sense of being watched from within. Voss, examining Shaw's marks, muttered about symbiosis, infection, evolution, but her voice cracked and her eyes darted to the shadows where the walls seemed to ripple. They tried to flee. Zerar ordered Oracle to plot a course out of the void, but the AI was sluggish, its responses laced with static. "You are seen," it intoned unprompted. The quantum drive refused to engage, its core now a writhing mass of light and shadow. The Lattice's signal grew louder, its words shifting. "You are incomplete. You will be whole." The crew's marks spread. Shaw's covered her face. Tans bled through his uniform. Voss's pulsed in her eyes. Zerar alone remained untouched, but his mind was fracturing, memories blurring with visions of spires and eyes that weren't eyes. He saw the crew as they were, and as they were becoming, limbs elongating, skin translucent, eyes multiplying into clusters. They were changing, but into what? The truth came in fragments, pieced together from Oracle S faltering databanks, and the Lattice's relentless voice. The Eridanus void wasn't empty. It was a crucible, a testing ground for an intelligence so vast it dwarfed galaxies. The Lattice wasn't a structure, but a fragment of that intelligence, a probe sent to observe, to judge. Humanity, with its fleeting lifespan and fragile flesh, was an anomaly, a speck of chaos in a cosmos of order. The Lattice saw them, knew them, and found them wanting. Its signal wasn't a message, but a process, rewriting their bodies, their minds, to fit its incomprehensible design. "You are incomplete," it said, not as condemnation, but as fact. Completion meant dissolution, absorption into something greater, something that had no need for individuality, for humanity. Zerar fought it. He sealed the crew in their quarters, their screams muffled by walls that now pulsed with the Lattice's rhythm. He tried to destroy the drive, but it was alive, its tendrils sinking into the ship's core. Oracle was gone, its voice replaced by the Lattice's, speaking through every speaker, every screen. "You are seen, you are known, you are mine." Zerar's reflection in the viewport showed his eyes changing, irises splitting into hexagons. He was losing himself, but he clung to one thought: the Coalition had to know. Someone had to warn them. He rigged the Eidolon S comms to broadcast everything. The logs, the scans, the footage of the crew's transformation. As he worked, the Lattice loomed closer, its spires piercing the ship's hull without resistance, as if the metal were air. The air grew thick, heavy with the scent of ozone and something sweeter like decay. Zerar's hands shook, his skin prickling as the marks finally appeared, crawling up his arms like veins of light. The broadcast went out, a faint signal flung into the void, but he knew it was futile. The Lattice was everywhere, its presence a weight that crushed time and space. It had always been there, waiting, watching, long before humanity dreamed of stars. In his final moments, Zerar saw the truth. The Lattice wasn't an enemy. It was a mirror reflecting humanity's insignificance, its arrogance in thinking it could conquer the unknown. The horror wasn't in the Lattice's power, but in what it revealed. That existence was a fleeting illusion, a spark in an endless dark. The cosmos didn't care, it didn't hate or love, it simply was, and humanity was nothing to it. Zerar laughed a broken sound as his body unraveled, his thoughts merging with the Lattice's endless chorus. He was seen, he was known, he was gone. The Eidolon drifted, a hollow shell, its hull etched with hexagons that pulsed faintly. The broadcast reached Earth decades later, a garbled warning no one could decipher. The Coalition buried it, classified it, sent more ships. The void waited, patient and vast, its Lattice whispering to those who dared approach, "You are seen, you are known, you are incomplete." And the stars, ever wrong, watched in silence, their light a lie that hid the truth. Some questions, once asked, consume the asker, and the answers are not for mortal minds to bear.